everything into that. I got this nigga name tattoo on me. Like, I put everything into it. So it's like, and sometimes people take advantage of that, and he took it instead of using it for his good. Because I mean, like, you could have used me and we could have started businesses together, because I would have did anything for him, you know? We could have started businesses and stuff together, but instead of that, he took it and he used it as a way to take advantage, and he felt like he could do whatever he wanted to do, and he knew that I was just going to be, you know, be there, because he felt like I depended so much on that relationship. And that's fucked up, because now, you know, we're not together no more, but now he feel like he got to depend on me. He keep calling me, asking me for stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, no, sir, like, I'm good.
The tattoo, that was your idea?
So the tattoo, it was a weird situation. So it was my idea. He never asked me to get a tattoo of his name or whatever. He has my name tattooed too, and that was like his idea too. I never asked him. But when I did it, it was just like I wanted to go get a tattoo. I was kind of like surprising him to do it. But I think my mindset at the time was, he was real insecure, and he used to always make it seem like I was cheating on him or I wanted somebody else, you know, like he just always had that mindset. So it was like, I guess I took that as a way of, okay, maybe I get his name tattooed on me, he'll know like I'm for him, you know. So, but that shit ain't work, because he still thought I was cheating on him, you know. And I mean, we got each other's name tattooed on us, and he just thought that the whole entire time. But and at the time, because my daughter's father is 9 years older than me, so I was real insecure myself too, because I'm like, maybe it's something I'm not doing right. Like, you know, I'm with this older man. Am I not carrying myself correctly? Am I not like presenting myself the right way? So I started trying to like do little stuff to like, I was looking dumb. Like, he used to get mad at like how I was staring at people, so I started like looking down all the time. Like, I was looking stupid, like, you know. But I was doing that because I wanted to make that shit work. But nah, he still felt the same way. But that just goes back to being a narcissist. I don't even think he even thought I was really cheating on him. But he just liked the way that I acted. He liked the control that he had over me and my mindset. Because when I felt like that he thought I was cheating on him, then I would do certain things to like show him I'm not, you know. So it was all about control. But yeah, I'm gonna get it covered up eventually. And they really play on people who are just generous individuals, people who like are willing to like give something to them, and they take advantage of that. And that's the fucked up way to be, you know. And it makes me want to be like guarded. It's fucked up, you know, because right now as far as relationship, I ain't even like thinking about it, like, period. I don't want, because when I think of a relationship, I think of like just being constricted, like not having freedom, even though it's not how I'm supposed to think of it. But that's how my last relationship was, and that's why I don't want to be in a relationship right now. I just want to be free. That's how you feel, right? It's just like nobody want to be like in a relationship and feel like they with their parent, or, you know. So that was my whole thing, and that's why now I'm scared. Like, I don't want to get with somebody else and be stuck doing certain things to them. I know the type of person I am. I'm a people pleaser. So I know if I get into a relationship, I'm going to try to constantly please my partner. And people, you know, I got to find the right person that's not going to just take advantage of that. I think that he could see that. Like, I think that he could see that, you know, when we first started talking, that I was really like, made myself available for him, you know, doing certain things for him and stuff like that. So I think once we moved together, he realized that this was like all I had, and I was kind of at odds with my family too. So that was like all I was dependent on. So he took full advantage of that. And then he started telling me, oh, this person don't fuck with you. They not your friend. They not cool with you. I literally cut everybody off, not because he told me to, but because, you know, that was my man. And I'm thinking he giving me good insight. Maybe he's saying something to people that I don't see, but really he just kind of like manipulating me to cut everybody else so I can only depend on him. I didn't have nobody but him, you know. So I think that he started to realize that, you know, he started to play on all of that and just used it, you know, and just used it to his advantage. And the only good thing that came out of it was my daughter, so I thank God for that. I thank God for her. And at this point, he's not like a good father, still, like being a narcissist. And that's something that I struggle with too, because it's like, do I allow him to be around and hey, my daughter see these qualities that he has, or do I wait for him to get himself together and then allow him to come around? So I'm struggling with that right now too.
Get himself together?
Yeah, if he ever will, you know.
I was gonna say your therapist should have told you that, like.
And my therapist do be telling me that, because she got this thing. She's like, you know, he's always gonna be a narcissist. So, and my therapist be telling me too. She be like, you gotta play his game with him. Like, if he feel like he got demands, you have demands. You have control over when he talk to his child. Because, I mean, he don't do nothing for her, period. But I still allow him to talk to her. So she's like, you have to have some sort of control over that. If you keep giving him all of these, you know, ways into your child's life, he's not gonna feel like he has to do anything as a father. So I'm trying to find like the medium in between that, because that's a lot of stuff. That's a whole nother topic. This single mom thing, that should be hard for real. But I don't know. I mean, I'm trying. I'm working on it. Oh, I mean, the relationship was it was messed up like for a while, but because I was at odds with my family, I didn't want to look dumb, I guess, you know. So what really made me decide that I wanted to leave him is when he cheated on me. He actually cheated, he did so much more before that. But like when he actually cheated on me, that's when I was like, you know what, I don't want to do this. Which is ridiculous, because I saw all the red flags beforehand, you know. True. So it's like, that's when I was like, you know, I don't want to be. Even after that, he was like, I'm not going nowhere. We stayed together for like a year after that. He was like, I'm not going away. He didn't leave until he was ready to leave. He was like, I'm getting tired of you. Like, you making me hate you because you're being a bitch every day. Like, then he left. Like, other than that, like, our relationship probably wouldn't have ended. Like, you know, if it wasn't, you know, because I've been said, like, get out. Like, go. I had packed his stuff plenty of times. Like, he just wasn't. And that's a narcissist. Like, you feel like you can control everything. You gonna tell me when can leave the relationship? So, you know, I carried it the way that I did, and he just left eventually. All of that is toxic. All of that behavior, like, all that shit is toxic. Like, I can't, all the times we got into fights, like, while I was driving or he was driving, like, I mean, I just seen a side of myself that I had never seen before with that person. Because it's like you get so fed up with somebody, and they just force you to be in that situation. It's like, yo, like, what the fuck you want me to do? So it just came to that. Like, once he got tired of me being an asshole and packing his stuff all the time, he was like, you know, I'm getting a fight.
Yeah, I feel like once you, like, and I think that's the thing, in my opinion, that drove people to narcissists is a lack of self-love.
Exactly.
Because I feel like once you love yourself, you're not even appealing to them no more.
That's the real.
And you can honestly look back and think, like, yo, I was weak as shit. Like, yo, look at what I was doing.
Swear,
you know what
that's
I'm saying?
What I'm saying. Like, and that's even looking at my situation now, like, my baby father can't stand me. Because it's like, you can't talk to me any kind of way now. Like, now that I've learned to love myself and I've spent time with myself, like, I know when I was with him, I hated kind of like being alone. When he was gone, I didn't know what to do. Like, I was lost. I didn't know what to do with myself. Like, even just felt like he was at work or something. Like, I didn't know what to do. But, you know, now I'm starting to realize, like, now that I'm loving myself, I'm enjoying spending my time by myself. Now I'm at the point where, like, somebody got to make me want them to, like, spend time with me too. Like, I don't want to just give my free time to people. I used to be the type of person just going out with niggas just because. Like, just because I wanted to go out to eat, wanted to go get something. Like, let me hit up my homegirl. Let me go out to eat by myself. Like, you know, now I can do that. But before, I was just so, like, I wanted that feeling, I guess. You know, of being around somebody. Of feeling like, I don't know, I guess worthy or something. But now I already know, like, within myself, like, my own worth. And that's just from being by myself. Self-love, like you said, taking time to get to know yourself. And that's what I'm trying to do now. Just getting to know who I am. Getting to know what I really want. Because I feel like for so long it was always what he liked, what he wanted. And I didn't realize that, you know? So that's what I'm trying to do. And even like now as a mother, trying not to lose sense of myself by being a mother. Like, I still want to be independent. I'm going to go out. I'm still young. Like, I'm going to still go out. I'm going to enjoy myself because that's what I want to do. You know, I'm a mother. Like, I don't want people to think that I'm being irresponsible. Like, no. Because in 10 years from now, I don't want to be that lady that's trying to go to the club and my daughter in the club too. You know? So let me just let that out now. And
yeah, I like to live too.
So I'm just trying to get to know what I like and, you know, what I like to do and just get to know myself for real.
That's what's up.
Yeah. I'm trying.
That's so funny because the first thing you said was, it seemed like everybody be talking about some deep shit and I don't have nothing deep to talk about.
Right. That's because you asked the right questions. It's only your own head. Right, and that's all about self-love and just getting to know and love your own self. Because we all have insecurities. Like, we all are not going to feel 100% great about ourselves. But you just got to feel worthy enough to know, like, this is me and this is beautiful. And that's what I'm learning myself too. Because for a long time I was just like really insecure. But I struggled with that insecurity like my whole life. Like, but I think that came from my mother, honestly. Like, I think it came from her. I think that she may have insecurities. I don't really know what her problem is. That's still something that I'm not 100% like dealt with all the way. But I don't know. I think that she's projected a lot of her like insecurities and stuff on me too. So that's something I've been trying to like deal with in life. But I think that we all do. Like, I think everybody got childhood traumas, to be honest, that fuck us up now, like that affect us right now. Like, I think that we all have childhood traumas that like really, you know, determine how we are acting as adults. And that's why, like, right now I read a lot. When it comes to my child, I try to like see how the child's brain works, because I don't want to mess my child up before she even get a chance to be out in life. You know, I don't want to project all my fears and insecurities on her before she even gets a chance to go out and be, you know, who she really wants to be. Yeah. So yeah, I'm kind of dealing with that, but insecurity has always been like an issue for me, and that's the big fear that I have with my child though, because of that.
Like, what you feel like to free you from that?
I'm working on that. I don't know. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to see, because I do honestly feel like one big thing is I need to have a conversation with my mother, because that's something I deal with a lot. But I'm going to therapy. That's helping me. And I'm becoming a lot more secure than I've ever been. So I'm a lot more secure than I've ever been in my life. But I'm still not 100% secure in myself, you know? So I still have my insecurities, and I get anxieties and stuff like that when I'm in certain situations. But I don't know what can free me from that, to be honest. I have to, like, be at peace with myself. And then I've also recently, people been telling me about forgiving people who don't apologize. So I don't really know how to do that yet. So, but I'm trying to work on maybe, like, forgiving people that don't apologize, because I think my mother is one of them. And maybe if I can forgive her and I have so much resentment towards her, then I can be cool.
Just like, for me, forgiveness was, like, before I forgave her, it's just like, I might talk to her like, oh, why was you like that? Or why did this happen? Or it's just like, I'm trying to find answers, I'm trying to get closure. But it's just like, for me, forgiveness was allowing you to live in peace and freeing myself from any expectation that I had of you.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So it's not that, oh, we talk all the time. We don't even really talk at all. But it's just like, when we see each other, it's hugs, it's love. It ain't no hatred, it ain't no, like, I can never forgive you. Like, no, you forgiven. But it's like, you gotta understand, me forgiving you, it ain't like me forgetting. It's just me, like, freeing myself from what I was holding on to.
See, my biggest thing with forgiveness is I'm afraid to forgive somebody and they turn around and do the same thing. Imagine in a situation I forgive my mother for whatever she did, you know, throughout my life, and she turned around and she continues to do these things in my adulthood. How can I continue to, like, do I just keep forgiving her, like, over and over and over again?
But that's the point I'm trying to make. Once I realized who my mother was, that's who my mother is. I can't be mad at her for being who she is. I had to wisen up and accept her for who she was. And once I accepted her for who she was, it's just like, I was crazy for expecting anything different.
Yeah.
You feel me?
That's true. Because I be thinking the same thing, though. I probably shouldn't expect much more from her, but didn't I just have this mindset, like, you my mother. Like, you know, like, you my mother. You know what I'm saying? You see, and not even to compare, but you see certain people, and you see different people, how their parents are, and their family structure, and the support that they get, and the love that they get, and how they are with their families. And it's like, why I get that? You know, the support, like, should still be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just became a real estate agent. Like, where's the support? You know, are you letting people know that your daughter's a real estate agent? Like, where's the support in that? So even like, just some people's parents just send them, like, maybe daily motivations or affirmations, like, you got this. Like, I don't get that. You know what I'm saying? So even though I don't want to, like, put my mother into this box, they have expectations, like you said, but it's kind of hard not to, because it's your mother. You know, it's the person that raised me my whole entire life. This is the person that I feel like supposed to make sure I'm good out of anybody in the world. Like, you supposed to make sure I'm good, especially now that I have a child. Like, I would never, you know, try to let her feel the way that I feel. You know what I'm saying? So
but I don't know. You gotta understand, it's not like your mother's intentionally trying to hurt you, but it's just more so like life made her that way. You
That's what I'm
like,
trying.
She's being what life made her, so it's just like, it's not even about, like, yeah, I get that, you know what I'm saying, like, oh, this is my mother, but it's just like, that's like not realistic, because at the end of the day, she's still human. So if life, like, let's say life broke her mentally at a young age, and that was never repaired, like, it don't matter how old you are, like, you're that same person.
That's true, though.
So it's just like, the best thing you can do is be what she wasn't to your daughter.
Exactly. And that's my goal.
You can't really, like, you gotta think how long she was probably like that. Like, and expecting her to change now, like, it's possible, but it's like, the best thing you can do is just set yourself free, and if it happened, it happened. If it don't, like,
I mean, that's easier said than done. For me,
what else can
personally,
you do?
You're right. It's nothing else I can do, because I tried plenty of other things. So it's nothing else that I can do, but I do, you're right, I have to forgive her. So that could free myself, because if I let that hurt go, that'll help a lot of different areas of my life, because I already am beginning to realize like the way that my relationship is with my mother, it affects so much, especially my own like love life. So when we talk about like narcissists, I do think my mother is a narcissist, and I think that's why I choose narcissists to be with, because that's what I'm used to being around.
It's uncomfortable too.
Exactly. The way they talk to me, that's how I've been talked to my whole life. So, you know, should I expect anything else? So it's like, I don't know. Like, that's just something I'm trying to, like, work on. But like I said, it's hard for me to forgive people who don't apologize. So I'm trying to get there. And I just feel like with my mother, it's like she feel like she's not even doing nothing wrong. So it's like, I can forgive you, but you will keep doing it because you don't even see nothing wrong with what you're doing. And that's hard for me.
You
like,
can't
that's hard
forgive
for
it
me.
with the mindset of expecting something different.
Yeah, okay.
You got it. Like,
right.
just think about it. If you know that she's a narcissist, you should know that it's like she's being who she is.
Right. No, you're right. She is. She being who she is. But am I supposed to just accept that? Like,
if you know she's a narcissist, regardless of how it look, nobody got it good. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, everybody's gonna grow up with some form of trauma. I don't know.
I definitely hear what you're saying. Like, I definitely hear what you're saying, and it's just like I gotta accept her for who she is. But I feel like that's not enough for me. Like, you're my mother. You supposed to. I'm a mother. Like, I'm not just gonna stay who I was before I had my child, because like I'm making an effort to change, because I don't want to inflict certain things on her.
Because you're not a narcissist.
You're right. No, you're right.
Like, you think about,
and that just sounds so simple, but you are
like,
so
what you're
right.
saying is like empathy. Like, you speaking on feeling, you speaking on love, on caring. Like, narcissists don't have that in them. So it's just like.
No, that's real. That's real though, because she don't. They really don't. I don't know. I never thought about it like that. Like, even though you just said something so simple, like, but you're not a narcissist. But like, yeah, I can't keep, because I always think about it like, I expect my mother to act this way. I expect my mother to act that way. But I can't expect that from her because I'm not a narcissist, so she's not going to behave the same way that I do.
Typically what it comes from is just like, yo, you were so like either neglected or broken or hurt. And it's just like, you form a reality in your head to help you accept that. And you never came back to reality. Like, you always had this. Like, a lot of narcissists, they see themselves as more than they are. Like, they real grandiose.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they just see it, like, and look at other people as beneath them. Like, and when they speak to certain people, it's very demeaning, you know, in that tone. And that bothers me a lot. Like, with the people that I'm around, whether it's my daughter's father, my mother, like, they're exactly like that. And me, I'm, like, extremely open-minded. So, it's like, if somebody say something that I don't agree with, I'm not going to completely shoot that down. I may at least try to understand it. I may not agree with it, but I'm going to try to understand you. And not everybody is like that. And I feel like that's why we have so many, like, issues, and there's so much, like, divide between so many people. Like, we should be more open-minded and try to understand each other a little bit more. That's the biggest thing for me. Like, my relationship with my mother and with my family is that determines a lot of how I deal with a lot of situations. And now I'm just realizing that I have anxiety myself. Like, from going to therapy, like, my therapist is like, you have anxiety. I had no idea I had anxiety. You know, I use the term like, oh, I got anxiety, you know, loosely, because that's just something that people say. Like, you get nervous about something, I'm thinking, oh, okay, I got anxiety. Right. But when my therapist actually told me, like, no, you have anxiety and you should probably get medicine for it, I was like, what? You know, like, and she's just like, it could possibly come from my childhood, like, the situation that I was raised in. She's like, your mother inflicted so many issues and so many insecurities on you. Now you're dealing with them as an adult and you're so afraid to do anything. Like, I like fear, like, and I think that's where anxiety stems from. I'd be so afraid to do anything, like, or step in front of people and say certain things because I'm afraid of what they might think or what they might say or how they might react, you know? So, and that's a form of anxiety, like, to the point where it really affects my body. Like, I can feel it physically, you know? So I'm like, all of that stems from childhood, you know, how people treat you. And like you said, from the ages of like 9 to 12, like, that's when certain issues could come about. So I don't know, I'm just trying to, like, you know, deal with that in itself and try to make sure my child isn't somebody that grows up with anxiety or has to have those, you know, issues. But then it's hard because the person who I get that from is my child's grandmother, and they have a great relationship. So that's a real different, you know, that's a real hard situation for me also. But even things with my child is now, she only 2. She has hair and stuff. If I take her hair out, my mother will say to her like, "Oh, your hair look a mess." I'm like, "Mom, don't say that to her. Like, her hair is beautiful." So now my child, she's 2 years old. When I take her hair out, she's like, "Mommy, my hair look a mess." Girl, you too. Like, no, your hair does not look a mess. It looks beautiful. So even though my mother may not be doing that intentionally, but those are certain insecurities that you put onto a child. Because just because my child has regular black kinky hair, that doesn't mean anything is wrong with her hair, you know? Right. But that's how she already feels now at 2 years old, because these are certain things that people are saying to her. Mm-hmm. So that's something like, and that's just a small, thing. So I don't want her to grow up and have even more of those insecurities because of what people are saying. Mainly my mother, But I also want to make sure they have a good relationship because she loves her grandmother. Mm-hmm. And my mother, I mean, she does take good care. Like, she watches my child and stuff like that. So I want her to have her around her. But at the same time, it's like, I still want to shield her from that. Like, I don't want her to affect her mentally. I didn't know that at first until I started to, like, really analyze this person I was with and seeing their actions. And it's like, because a narcissist will make you think something wrong with you, Like, so I'm thinking something wrong with me in the beginning, like, dang, what am I not doing right, But now it's like, I'm starting to realize that it's their issue. But it's just like, I'm still trying to, like, that's not my problem that you messed up. Like, we all got problems. You're not supposed to treat me messed up because you messed up, Right. So that's why it's kind of hard for me to forgive people like that. Because, like, I know you said I'm not a narcissist, but I wouldn't do that to somebody. And that's kind of how I think. Like, I wouldn't act a certain way. Like, just because somebody, acted a certain way to me, I'm not going to make them feel a way. But like you said, I'm not a narcissist.
But that's why narcissists like you.
Exactly.
Because
that's
it's like
true.
They see that in you. Like, they
that's
like,
true.
Man, like, she not me. It's not like,
no, for real.
And it's like, it's bittersweet. Because it's like, honestly, it's just like, I wouldn't stay who you are. But it's just like, you gotta be aware enough not to fall victim
right.
to what comes with being that way.
Right. And that's my biggest thing. I just pray for discernment because, like, I just want to make sure that whoever I come across, whoever my child comes across, we're able to know whether they for us, they against us, they got our best interest in mind, they trying to use us or what. So, because I'm really bad at reading people, clearly. I put my trust in the wrong people, and it's people who are narcissists who will take advantage. So I just pray that, like, me and my child have enough discernment so that we can, like, maneuver about life and not be completely taken advantage of. And I will say that their relationship taught me a lot, and I'm a completely different person than I was before. And I'm kind of glad it happened because now I'm able to teach my child the things that I've learned, and hopefully she don't have to go through that. Yeah. But that's, like, the biggest thing, right? Like, they play that part because I definitely learned a lot about myself, and now I look out for a lot, and people look out for different red flags and stuff like that. So, yeah, I don't know. They play that part, but they ain't right, for real. They not right, because I still got a little bit of hate in my heart. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, I'm trying to get to the point where I'm like you. I'm just free, and, like, I can allow people to just be themselves, and I can free myself from that. But I know I still have a little bit of resentment and hate in my heart towards these people because, like, y'all fuck me up. Like, y'all really, like, mess with me, and then y'all put me in this position, or I put myself in a position to, like, give so much to somebody, and it's just like, fuck me. Like, and to be honest, the whole vaccination thing, I had to, like, really look into that. I mean, she's going to school, so she had to get vaccinated because there was no way she was going to, I couldn't homeschool her, but I still feel like with those, all this stuff leads to autism and stuff too. I really don't feel like the government gives, like, care about us at all. We just a number and we just money. Like, so people who be like, yeah, they doing this for us, like, no, they doing this for them. Like, I forgot what kind of, what documentary I was, like, watching, but it was saying something about how basically we have the means and the resources to all live, the entire world live poverty free. But they don't want it to be like that. They want class because they want power. And that's why there's a divide. All of this stuff is systematic. Like,
they be hoarding money and some more shit. Like,
all of that.
They billionaires and they got it all locked up in storage.
All of that. For what? And there's so many homeless people. And not saying you should just, I'm sure these people work hard in a sense, but nah, like, there's so many homeless people out here. Some people don't even stand a chance. People who forfeit our country and out here sitting on the streets. Like, don't you think they deserve something, you know? Yeah. People who are out here, like, even when it comes to, like, welfare and stuff, they breaking up families. You can't get certain type of benefits if you have a father in the home. I can't get, like, help with daycare if my daughter's father lives with me. You know, so, like
to
it's to this day.
I thought that was, like, back in the day.
No, like, I had, like, to this day, I tried to get daycare vouchers for my daughter. I can't get daycare vouchers until I couldn't do it until my daughter's father moved out of the house. And I had to show something that showed that I tried to put him on child support.
How much were the vouchers, if you don't mind me asking?
So, well, daycare is expensive as hell. So I think her vouchers now like $180 a week. So I still got to pay like $150 a week. But that's better than paying like
more than most fathers probably putting up for child support. I mean, daycare.
Period. Exactly. So in order for me to get any type of benefits like that, I had to show that I applied for child support for her father. So
and that's how tricky that is.
Exactly.
If the father not in the house, you get $180 a week.
Exactly.
What?
Before, this is lies, because when she was young, I got more than that. Like, so they just changed it because when she turned 2, but yeah, if the father in the house, you get that. And of course, you can get whatever else. I guess they got. I ain't really have to apply for nothing else, but them daycare out there, it's fun. So yeah, I needed that. But yeah, it's like all of that stuff is systematic to me. Because it's like, why can't it be a 2-parent household and we still need help with daycare? Like, why are we struggling? Like, but we gotta be broken up for us to get help, like, for our child to go to daycare. So,
damn,
yeah.
Daycare expensive as shit.
Oh, daycare is expensive as fuck. My daughter's daycare is more than my rent.
That's what some people make. Like,
yeah.
It's like $300 a week. Everybody don't make that.
And you have to send your child to daycare to go to work. So it's like,
it's tricky. I'm
telling you, like, all of that stuff is all.
And I think that's another problem in the black community. It's crazy that this how we got here, but like a lot of poor black people force to leave their child with anybody.
Yes.
And that's where a lot of trauma come from.
That's very true, because you're forced to leave your child with certain people that you shouldn't trust around your child, and then your child come back telling you stories about what happened, or your child don't tell you stories, and you find out years later. So. That's definitely happened where, people be in situations and they trust an adult and the child was taken advantage of. That's what I fear for my child. I know before she could talk, I didn't take my child anywhere. The only person that watched my child was my mother, period. Like, nobody could watch her. I no cousins, nobody. Until my child could say words. Now that she can say words, now I'll leave her around people. Because people are messed up. Like, I've had situations myself, like somebody who I trusted, like who I've known since I was 8 years old, try to take advantage of me like 8 years later when I was 16. So it's like, mind you, this man's like 10 years older than me. So it's like, but because my mother trusted me with him, he was like a camp counselor. So I'm seeing this man all the time as a camp counselor, and my parents are trusting me around him because he's been there. We've known him. We call him our brother and shit. But yet, little do they know, what he was trying to do behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? So that's like my biggest thing. And it's people who have stories that are untold about things that have happened to them because of uncles, fathers, stepfathers, all of that. So I already know that's my biggest thing.
You know what scares me is I ain't gonna lie, when I have a child, I really want to have a son because it's like the more I talk to women nowadays, the more I'm scared to have a daughter. Like,
it's a scary situation.
I remember I was talking to the chick and she was just saying how her father homeboy kept giving her money when she was young. And they ended up fighting because he's like, yo, stop giving my daughter money. So she's like, the father ain't know, like, sometimes when he gave her money, like, he would ask for a little kiss or something like that. My nigga, tell me why she's still getting money from him to this day.
To this day.
That's
she ain't just giving him a kiss, though.
But my thing is, like, yo, your father fought over this. You don't respect your father enough to, like...
But that's like, and not even to like say she fucked up, but that her mindset wasn't like that because it started off so young. She probably thought of it as nothing, or she probably thought of it as somebody she could trust. So then she grew up trusting him, not thinking anything was wrong with it. And now she started coming to the door herself. She still didn't think nothing was wrong with it because she like, now I'm grown, So it's like, because I already know how I felt in that situation. Like, you didn't think nothing was wrong with it until you get older. And these men out here, like, I don't know. And even going back to the narcissist situation, like, I just recently had a job. Like, I'm unemployed right now, and this is why I don't want a boss. Like, my last job was the last straw for me, because I work a full law office, and I had this old white man, like 60-something years old. He was my boss, and I remember when I had the interview, like, he was real nice. He was just like, oh, I wish I could hire you right now. Like, you're just amazing. Like, I really wish I could, but I had one more interview. I'm like, all right, cool. So of course he called me. He gave me the job. I'm there for like a few months. That man. Like, that was the most uncomfortable I've ever been in my life in a job. Like, it was only me and him that worked there, because as a paralegal, it's not really like a lot of people that work with you. It was just me and him in the office. there was times like this man put on porn before. This
What?
man, like, no joke, like this man put on porn one time. Was like, hey, you wanna come here and watch it? I'm like, nah, like, but you know, but and then the last straw for me, like he tried to kiss. No, not he tried to kiss me. He did kiss me, and I like pushed myself back, and it's like people really take advantage of that, you know. And it's like take advantage of their power that they have over you. And the thing he kept saying to me, because I had a conversation with him, let him know that I was uncomfortable. He was like, well, I know you're a single mom. I know you need this job, so I'm going to... And it's just like, yo, I don't need this job that bad.
No way.
You know?
He was really feeling himself.
Right. Even when I
left... I should
left...
have started recording.
But I did, right? So the very last day, because I recorded some conversations, but the very last day, like I had recorded it because I knew I was about to quit. And I ain't catch him saying nothing sexual, but he was talking about one of his clients, and he said nigga like 3 times. And I'm like, that was the first time he ever said nigga. I was like, thank God I got this on recording, right? He said nigga like 3 times. And it was just like, this man really like, don't think nothing wrong with what he's doing, you know? But then in my like situation, I didn't really know how to deal with it. You know, it's my job. I am a single mom. I can't just quit right now, or I can't just make myself so uncomfortable that I get, you know, fired or something, because how I'm paying my bills tomorrow, I don't have nobody else to depend on. So he knew that. Like, he knew how I played on that situation. And
my fault.
no, but yeah, and like, I mean, I ended up quitting, and he called me back, like, when I quit with him, was like, you know, your job is still here if you need it. I know, same thing, you're a single mom, I know you need the money, like, sorry. Like, nah.
So when he asking you to come watch porn, like, what's going through your mind? Like,
I was like, how am I gonna get myself out of it without seeming so, like, uncomfortable, I guess. Like, I didn't want to make him, which sounds so stupid, I didn't want to make him uncomfortable because of how I felt, you know? So, although I knew that I shouldn't have been wanting to watch, like, I shouldn't have been in that situation, he shouldn't have been wanting me to watch it with him, like, I didn't want to make him uncomfortable by saying, no, I want to come in there, you know, because he's my boss. So I'm like, no, like, I'm doing work out here, or, like, I just try to do certain things to, like, deter from it without actually saying no, you know? So I think that by me not actually saying a firm no, he took that as and started to run with it, you know what I'm saying? So as days went on, he started to do certain things. We went to, like, lunch one time, and I'm thinking I'm going to lunch with my boss. Like, I work in law offices, that just happens. You go to lunch, you eat with your boss, whatever. Mm-hmm. So, but the topic went left, like, completely left. He was like, what's the craziest thing you've ever done? I'm like, I don't know how to answer that question. What you mean? You know, like, not really sure where he trying to go. Right. And then, of course, it turned to something sexual. And it's just like, so I'm trying to, like, this goes back to me being a people pleaser. Like, I'm just trying so hard not to make him seem, like, show that I'm still trying so hard not to show that I'm uncomfortable with the situation, because I know I have to come back here tomorrow. I know I have to, like, so I just wasn't, you know, like, I feel like I didn't refrain from give him enough pushback from the conversation as I should have. Like, I wasn't saying, like, you know, I don't want to talk about that. You know, well, that's not right. Well, that's making me uncomfortable. Like, I didn't say that. But when I did have a conversation with him and I used the word uncomfortable, it was still like, well, I know you need this job, so I'm going to, like, back up a little bit. But he, you know, that's not how it went. And he just kept doing what he was doing. It wasn't until I left that he was like, he called me all, oh, like, what do you need me to do, blah, blah, blah. Because, I mean, he's married, he got a wife, kids, older than me, like, you know, so he got a life, and he's an attorney, like a known attorney. So people, and I definitely don't think I was the first person that experienced it either. Because if you look, like, in the computers and stuff, like, there's other girls that were there before me, and I'm looking at how long they was there just based on, like, emails that was sent and stuff. None of them lasted more than, like, 4 months. And that's weird, you know? Like, at a job, as a paralegal, like, people be paralegals for decades. Like, so for somebody to come in for 4 months, it's like, and I think, honestly, when I came in, I had that interview, he knew, like, this is the girl, I'm gonna be able to take advantage of her. Like, she's nice, like, she a people pleaser, I could tell, you know, that narcissist behavior. So I think that he knew, and he took it, and he, like, his one thing he used to say to me all the time was, like, Bernie, he used to say that people compare him to, Joe Biden. He was like, people always compare me to Joe Biden, because at the time Joe Biden was going through this, like, whole sexual harassment thing, remember? Where women were saying that Joe Biden was, like, sexually harassing them or whatever. But Joe Biden was saying, like, no, I'm not sexually harassing them, I'm just really nice, you know, and I just like to hug people and stuff. So that's how my boss used to kind of compare himself. He was like, sometimes people might get uncomfortable because I'm just really nice, but that's just me. Like, I'm just nice. But no, like, you're a creep. Like, you're disgusting. And he really used that power, like, to his advantage. That's how I'm like, I don't want to boss no more. And it's fucked up to say, but like I'm out here like making it happen because I'm like I'm never put myself in that situation ever again. Yep. And I didn't think about that. So my therapist was like, she was like, Jaida, he chose you for that job on purpose because he knew what he was gonna do. Cause it's like, hey, waste no time, you know, like, and I think the same way. Like, how many jobs have I gotten? Cause I've worked for attorneys forever, and so and all of them have been men. All of them like older, you know, men. And in every attorney's office, they try to fight with the paralegal. Never to this extent, but like, you know, I just start to think like, yeah, how many other people have hired me because they know that I'm a people pleaser, or because they know they can take advantage of me, or. You know, so that just makes me feel like I don't want a boss. Like, I don't even want to put myself in that situation anymore. I'd rather make my own money, work for myself, have my own freedom, rather than even deal with that or even think about having to deal with that. So.
And that is true freedom.
Exactly. And that's my whole thing. I just want freedom, and I don't want to. I already don't like waking up on somebody else's time. Like, I'd rather wake up and do something that I really want to do. You know? I don't want to have to wake up and go and make your dreams happen. I remember this man was telling me a story, like, he was saying he worked for this job for 15 years. He worked there every day 15 years. He was doing so well. They used to give him all these awards. He helped build them, like, ground up. And then, apparently, they needed, like, I think they needed a position for a new person for, like, CFO, something really high up, right? And, you know, the person that he worked with, the person who he started the company with, the person who was now the CEO of the company, this man, instead of hiring him to like go into this position, he hired his son and put him in that position. His son who was fresh out of college. His son, you know what I'm saying? Like, we put ourselves in these positions and we're really helping somebody else build their own dream. And if you was in that position, you're going to put the man that been with you, you're going to put your child in that position. You're going to put your child. Because I would. Period. It's not about being fair. It's about building your own legacy and building your own. So that's what I started to realize. You got to be selfish in that mindset.
So you either chase your dreams or you build somebody else's.
Exactly. And I ain't trying to build nobody else's dreams.
And I ain't gonna lie to you, like, like, literally almost every job I had, like, I was the youngest person there.
Yeah.
And it's just like, for me, I'm looking at everybody else like, yo, I'm still broke. So it's like,
I know y'all still broke.
Y'all got kids, y'all got families, like, y'all got homes.
For real, like, how y'all managing?
How are y'all doing this?
For real, like, that's the same thing I be thinking, because that's how it be, like, you work with so many different types of people, so many different ages and stuff like that, and you just be wondering, like, how? But then a lot of times, that's really all these people know, is to work for somebody else.
Yeah.
They can't even think, like, sometimes even talking to my friends, I'm like, they might love doing something. I'm like, all right, why you don't think about doing that for yourself? Make it a business, you know? You like babysitting, make your own nanny business, girl. Like, girl, I can't do that. How am I supposed to do that? I can't start that. The mindset is not there. We feel like we restrict our own selves because of the mindset that we have. Yeah. If you don't take no risk, nothing is going to even happen to you. Like, nothing is going to happen, period. You have to be able to take a risk at some point in order to even see the potential that you have. And that's what I had to do. I was scared to go to real estate school. I had known so many people who took that real estate test and failed like 3-4 times. So when I went to real estate school, I was like, I don't know how I'm about to do this. I'm going to pay this $200 and get it over with. Like, whatever. But I did it, and I went, and I passed on my first try because I worked hard. Like, I worked, and I knew that's what I really wanted. You know what I'm saying? And I still know people who still haven't passed it. But I'm glad I didn't allow their situations or what they went through to affect my mindset, because that's what I did for so long. I've been saying I want to be a real estate agent for years. Yeah. I'm just doing it, like, because I allowed so many people to, like, show me that I couldn't or make me feel like I couldn't, you know? So now I went out and I did it myself. And once I passed that test, I felt like I could do anything. Like, honestly, once I passed that test, I'm like, I passed this test, I'm about to get rich, period. Like, that's how I felt. Like, so I just like my like, I have so many just opportunities. Like, my opportunities are just limitless, especially in real estate and everywhere, just in making money, period. Like, and then I feel like competition is an illusion, because all of us can make money. Like, all of us can get rich. It's enough money out here for all of us, so I ain't got to compete with you. Right. Like, it's enough houses for us to sell. It's enough, like, I'm not compete with nobody. I know it works for me. I know what people like about me, and that's what I'm going to do, you know? And that's how I'm going to make money. But not everybody got that mindset. Everybody, especially out here, crabs in the bucket. Like, you don't want to see nobody else succeed. People want to see you do good, but not better than them, you know? Like, so it's just like, you just got to work hard and stay in your own lane for yourself and for your own family, because don't nobody really care. Don't nobody really care about what you got going on. Everybody's selfish, and I started to realize that, like, I've been way too, like, I be caring too much about how other people are and with putting more into their dreams than my own, you know, helping people what they got going on than helping myself. And then when it's my turn, who here to help me? You know, who here to like give me a helping hand? Who here to, you know, like nobody.